I want to see if it enhances or not. I don't want to hide the statues, but I say in the story that this is the altar had the statues in a semicircle surrounded with fresh flowers. And I could say something like they grow in southern India all year round, not here. They don't grow here. We have to make them.
Yes. Okay, are you feeling
Yes.
set or?
That's okay, as long as somebody points out, I'll be back there, so that I'm comfortable reading it for that. And if somebody, points out when I say, something about her liking, she particularly liked Krishna. But is it better, I don't know, you can judge this better than that. To pick up, put her down, or to just gesture. I'll figure it out. Okay.
Send out a letter. She doesn't say it. Very inexplicable. Use that match while we're there. We are so close. Must be that.
Good morning on this lovely Earth Day. I am Ellen Greist. My pronouns are she and her. And today I'm doing the loving talk, love talk. As Unitarian Universalists, we are all called to honor our seventh principle, which honors the interdependent web of life, and specifically the environment. Today, I'm representing the Green Sanctuary Committee, which takes on projects for positive change, both large and small, from inside this building to projects which affect our state, our country, and the world. Anyone interested is enthusiastically encouraged to join this committee. You can talk to Maggie Goodwin, Melinda Tuhus, or any member of the Green Sanctuary Committee if you'd like to learn more, and be sure to stop by their table in the in the social hall after the service. Now, I'd like the members of the Green Sanctuary Committee to please stand up and wave so people know who you are. Yes, there's a bunch of them here. Okay. It's a great way to make friends and save the earth at the same time. There are always many ways to contribute to saving the earth. I'd like to share with you one of the little things that I do for caring the earth. I happen to have in my home a large shower that I can just walk into. It's a walk-in shower. When I shower, it takes a couple of minutes for the water to get, let's see now, where is my, I didn't take it up. Yes, it takes a couple, thank you. I need this to show you what I do. So it takes a couple of minutes for the water to get warm. So what I do, I collect the cold water in this bucket, and I save empty milk bottles, and I keep them in this large walk-in shower. And after 2 or 3 showers, the bucket is full, and I fill the bottles with water and use the water to water my plants. Well, this may seem a little strange to you, but I actually love the process of filling the water, taking the water, and using them in my home for my plants. This is not for everybody. Maybe people have a shower upstairs and the plants are downstairs and it's too heavy to carry large jugs of water down the stairs. So that's not something you might do, but there are so many other things you can do. I do this, I love it, and it makes me happy. So that's my drop in the bucket. What's yours?
which is these two sections. And, yes, we are reading group 2, and Sarah is reading group 3. And it's a 3-part round, and we'll sing it together once or twice.
Twice, we can sing it together twice.
And as a 3-part round, we will also sing the round twice. It's 2
Can somebody do the A?
Oh, it's not on the right.
Right, never mind. I'll just throw it out as, yeah, okay. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from morning into night. Another second round. I'm going to make sure that you get this. If you don't know it a little bit, you know, that's what it is. So I want everybody to say. So I'm going to try and do this with this hand. Okay, you can start now. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from morning into night. Now we'll start with these 2 sections. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from always into night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from always into night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from morning into night, and from morning into night, and from morning into night.
Thank you, Ellen, for getting us off to a good start. Good morning. I'm Gwen Hughes Severance, a member of the Worship Committee. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm a bass this morning. And it is my pleasure to welcome one and all to this in-person and online service of the Unitarian Society of New Haven. Thank you for taking the time to be here now. As we settle into this hour together, I have a few announcements to share. If you are visiting us for the first time, or perhaps enough to USNH that you have questions about Unitarian Universalism and our congregation, welcome. And please visit the welcome table in the social hall after the service. We welcome all ages to this space. Know that there is a place in the back with activities and comfortable seating. The sounds of young people are appreciated as the voices of the future. Please know that the first pews on this side of the sanctuary are set aside for those wearing masks. You are, of course, welcome to wear masks anywhere in the sanctuary, but if you sit there, it's required. And now, friends and Unitarian Universalists choose to speak of our congregation as a beloved community. One way we live into that is by our intention to be mindful of the collective joys and sorrows we each carry. We will never know everything that we are all holding this morning, but we like to share what is offered by members in the belief that we can help each other by knowing each other through the ups and downs of life. Where is the, I have, for sorrows, we are sad to announce that Linda Bray and Carol Arnold were in a car accident, which totaled the car and left Carol with fractures to her pelvis and 2 broken ribs. Linda was just banged up. They hope to have Carol back home today from the Waterbury Hospital for a restful recuperation and healing. Jim Peters would like to share the news that his mother, Ellen Ash Peters, passed away peacefully at home last Wednesday morning at the age of 94. At her passing, Ellen was a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, as well as a pioneering legal scholar and jurist. Her life was a blessing. I'd like to share a couple of joys. Kenny Foscue is pleased to announce that his son Ethan Foscue and his fiancée Maggie Traylor were married on April 13. The couple will continue to live in New Haven to his father's great delight. Lucky, lucky, lucky. And another joy, Sophie Tarkowski and Peter Schwartz are celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary today. They were married here at USNH on April 21, 1979, by the Reverend Wayne Schutte. And we share condolences and thanks to the family of Marilee Kaplan for the celebration of her life yesterday. Just make sure I have them all. Okay. A couple of announcements. Today is a workshop on sustainability and recycling from 12 to 1 in the social hall. Please join Joe DeRisi to learn more about your capacity to act locally. The USNH Passover Seder is next Saturday, the 27th of April, from 6 to 8 p.m. in the social hall. This is a UU Seder. You do not need to be of Jewish heritage to attend and participate. The potluck's dinner with matzo ball soup provided and vegetarian soup too. Please sign up in the social hall after the service today or contact Amy Wexler. Today there will be an Article 2 discussion in the library from 12 to 1:30 with our president, Bobby Pace. And today there is a poetry workshop with Terry Bonhurst Blackhawk from 11:45 to 1 p.m. in room 209. Before I call our minister, Stephen Kendrick, to share words calling us to worship, I want to remind us all that the ongoing work of our community requires our collective effort, our shared generosity. Ushers will be available in the back of the sanctuary after the service to receive plate donations. You are also invited to text a donation as explained in the order of service, or to mail a check here to 700 Hartford Turnpike, Hamden, Connecticut. However you choose to support this community, your generosity is sincerely appreciated. And before I go, a reminder of the Stewardship Challenge. Please look for the table in the social hall to contribute any amount to the challenge to help us raise the additional and badly needed $15,000 for next year's budget. Thank you. And now, welcome, Stephen.
Hello, I'm Bill Geller. I've been here since 1952, Flying Meadow. I am making a move from my nice house in Trenton to an apartment in Harbor Chase in the back. I'm looking forward to that fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
Bill is absolutely right. Once you're past the age of 95, you're allowed to say anything in here you want. And the beauty of this is you're actually moving a little closer to us. So, William, you're a treasure. Thank you. My name is Reverend Stephen Kendrick, and my pronouns are he and him. And I invite you all forward to light our chalice. We are absolutely delighted to begin this worship that acknowledges the power of Earth Day. Raise your hand if you've lived all your life on Earth. There is no planet B. This is it. This is our home. And therefore we begin and light our chalice with the words of the great Hildegard of Bingen, who said, "I'm the one whose praise echoes on high. I adorn all the earth. I am the breeze that nurtures all things green. I encourage blossoms to flourish with ripening fruits. I am led by the Spirit to feed the purest streams. I am the rain coming from the dew that causes the grasses to laugh with the joy of life. I am the yearning for good." Thank you so much. And so we begin our service that acknowledges this power. And I invite forward Gwen to lead us in the covenant that holds us all together in the promises that we make to one another. And on this day, to the earth itself.
Covenant lies at the center of how Unitarian Universalists gather in community. We are united not by a particular set of beliefs, but by the promises we make about how we will live together, how we will treat each other, and how we will seek to mend relationships when we fall short of our aspirations. Each week we recite together a brief version of our covenant. I encourage you to read the full covenant on our website. While the following words express our intentions in writing and speech, our true covenant lives and breathes in our actions. Please join me now in reciting the words that appear in your order of service or in the chat on the live stream. We covenant together, create and nurture a culture of respect and kindness, and to engage in the spiritual and everyday practice of loving more generously. To this end, we will strive to be open, value differences, listen deeply, use kind language, speak our truths, work with conflict, seek humor and joy. And now please rise as you are willing and comfortable doing, and let us sing number 1005 in the Teal hymnal, Praise in the Springtime. That's number 1005.
Before we do the message for all, I want to introduce these small statues. They are Indian deities. They are the embodiment of aspects of our life and earth. This is Lakshmi, Ganesh, Shiva Nataraja, which is this particular way that Shiva is depicted with the ring of fire. And this is Krishna. So. Well, that's as low as it can go. Yes. Thank you. Nalini looked up at these small statues on her family's altar in a corner of the living room. They stood in a semicircle surrounded by fresh flowers which grew all year in southern India. She particularly liked Krishna, playing his flute and promising protection, tenderness, and compassion. Lakshmi held the promise of a good life with success and, of course, plenty of food. While the elephant-headed Ganesh was the remover of obstacles and bringer of good luck. But Nalini, whom everyone called Nilu, was afraid of one god, Shiva, standing in the center of the circle, above all the others. In fact, she was terrified. For one thing, he was surrounded by a ring of fire. That couldn't be good. And there were snakes coming out of his head, which might be venomous. All children were warned to keep well away of snakes. Plus, Shiva Nataraja was standing on a demon, crushing it. Maybe crushing a demon was okay, but maybe it wasn't a demon. Maybe it was her. In her third grade class, Nilu's friend Ravi had told her that Shiva was the destroyer of worlds. In his house, there was a picture of Shiva covered with the ashes of corpses. When she asked Mataji about it, her mother, who was making dinner, her mother said, "Don't worry, that's just a story. He won't hurt you. Just now go and play." But Nilu did not stop worrying. She decided to ask her Aji, grandmother, who was old and wise. She found her in the garden, tending her beautiful flowers. She said, "Aji, I am so afraid of Shiva. I think he will kill me and blow up the world because he is the destroyer." Aji put down her trowel and gave Nilu a gentle hug. She loved the little girl very much. "My child," she said, "Shiva is not only the destroyer, but also the creator. As he dances slowly, very slowly, more slowly than anyone can imagine, planets are born and die. And stars are born and die. All this happens over billions and billions of years. Earth will be here for a very long time. Shiva is just telling us what science has proved is true. If nothing ever died, nothing could be born. Life is a circle, just like the circle of fire around this statue. Look at these flowers. Their beautiful petals will soon die, but they're making seeds for us to plant new flowers. But Aji, Nilu said, I heard my parents talking about forest fires that are huge and that they're swallowing up homes and whole villages everywhere, even in our India, and destroying all these cities. Also, the storms are getting stronger and the earth is getting hotter. There were now tears in Nilu's eyes. Yes, said the Aji, her Aji, there have been natural wildfires and storms always. In fact, many plants and even animals actually need forest fires in order to live and procreate. But look again at Shiva. In his cosmic dance, he is poised in balance, perfect balance. He shows us that when the cycle of life remains in balance, Earth will do pretty well. She added sadly, lately we have lost that balance because of air pollution and water pollution and many reasons too complicated for me to explain right now. But we can learn about them and about what we can do to help the Earth become balanced again, if you wish to. Yes, Aji, I would like to learn, said Nilu. Aji said, there are many things we can do to help, but only being afraid is not one of them. The fear must drive us to action. If everyone recognized this and did some things large and small for the earth, there would be no reason to fear. I think I understand, Aji. We will do this together. And she gave her grandmother a great big hug.
Good morning. My name is Sunny. I'm the ministerial intern here at USNH. My pronouns are she and her. In Navajo life and thought, beauty extends beyond what can be perceived directly by the senses. Physical beauty is an outward sign of a deeper and more all-encompassing beauty. Beauty includes basic ideas about health and goodness, and this is all expressed in harmonious relationship with other people, with the natural world, and with the world of spiritual beings and forces. Our spoken meditation today comes from the Navajo or Diné tradition, the prayer, the Beauty Way. Before I share it, let's take a few moments to get mindfully present together. If it feels safe and comfortable doing so, I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to notice the weight of your body on the pew. Notice the connection of your feet to the floor, envisioning that connection running down through the foundation of this building and into our earth, connecting you there to the earth. Notice your breath. If it's shallow or constricted, I invite you to breathe deeply, finding a comfortable, even pace of breath. And from this place of grounded awareness, I invite you to envision a spot in nature that you like. Perhaps it's a trail that you walk, or a corner of your garden, a familiar tree under which you sit. Be there in your mind's eye as I read the Beauty Way. And in the moments of silence that follow, I invite you to simply rest in the beauty. In beauty I walk. With beauty before me I walk. With beauty behind me I walk. With beauty above me I walk. With beauty below me, I walk. With beauty all around me, I walk. It has become beauty again. And now, as I gently call us back, I welcome back to the stage Ellen Grice to lead us in a group song, My Roots Go Down, by Sarah Purtle.
Well, this is a time that we can get up and stretch. You can rise in body or spirit, whatever you like, but go down by Sarah Pearl, one of my favorite people to come. So, okay. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. I am
Our reading today is We Are Like Trees by Karin Solveig Wach. We are like trees. Our roots are deep, intertwined, and rich. Roots ground us in community, family, and history. Roots nurture and sustain us. We are like trees. Our trunks come in a variety of shapes, colors, and sizes. Our strength, vitality, and endurance are in our trunks. We are like trees. Our branches reach out to one another and connect. Our branches sprout buds of ideas. Our buds turn into leaves. The leaves change color, enriching our lives with their vibrancy and hue. We are like trees, for our leaves fall off and become one with many others. We share in the collective, sharing ideas, dreams, and interests. We are like trees. Some of our leaves carry seeds. They germinate and grow. Our ideas, thoughts, and plans have taken root, yet our ideas need the rich mulch of other leaves to sprout and endure hardship. We are like trees. We share our roots and fruit. Sometimes we shed our ideas, plans, and our visions. Like trees, we are susceptible to disease and the woodcutter's axe. Lone trees can perish without the collective leaf pile. Let us nurture the forest, for there is strength in numbers, ideas, and the collective mulch. We are like trees. And now the USNH Choir.
Love it, love it. The original title of this service was originally going to be, "It's Not Easy Being Green." And it isn't. I had to think long and hard about it. I was originally going to ask David perhaps to sing "It's Not Easy Being Green." Or I thought seriously of singing it myself, because I do I think a pretty good impression of Kermit. I'm in Kermit the Frog. But my dignity is very important to me, and so I'm just going to say it to you. It's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it would be nicer being red or yellow or gold or something much more colorful like that. It's not easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. But green's the color of spring. And green can be cool and friendly like. And green can be big like an ocean, or important like a mountain, or tall like a tree. It's not easy being green. It isn't. We have often thought that in looking at climate and the ecology, that we see light at the end of the tunnel, and it turns out that it's a locomotive. It's really hard. And for years, I've been doing climate justice sermons for more than 25 years. And I feel like so many of them were kind of failures because they were clotted with statistics and doom. And all along, I didn't pay enough attention to the power of beauty. The power of beauty. This September, Unitarian Universalist congregations all across the country are going to be participating in something called the Climate Revival. How to find joy in this work. How to evoke the beauty, to make the connections across religious lines. How to break through when our fellow citizens and our politics and our capitalist system is absolutely immune to all the scientific rationality you can pour down their throats. And I believe that there is still something yet to be said, that they yet may be reached, and we ourselves may yet to be reached. Is this building climate neutral? No, it's not. We have so much more work right here we can do. So we don't need to waste a whole lot of time feeling superior to others. But the main thing is that the climate revival is evoking this sense that if we're going to do this work, we're going to have to sing it, we're going to have to find poetry to invoke it, we're going to have to find religious roots that go deep, that can possibly communicate across the way. Hildegard's words are absolutely right. The grass is to laugh with the joy of life. And this goes back to the absolute primal instincts of all religions. If you're going to create a creation, then invoke it with the words, "And it was good." And the stars, "And it was good." The earth, "And it was good." and all the animals, and yes, even the creatures supposedly modeled out of the clay that resemble you and me, they too are part of a good creation. Ancient truths that tell us so. Sometimes our rational minds are defenseless against what is happening all around us. When you talk about climate justice, we better start talking about climate revival. Because there is also the part of ourselves, what you can call the mythic brain, that might be motivated in ways where rationality so far hasn't touched us much. There's an ancient call of order out of the chaos, so that we too may say with the ancient words, and it was good. And more importantly, it was beautiful, and it was fragile. The Japanese poet Osho says, look at the trees, look at the birds, look at the stars, and if you can see, you will be able to know that the whole existence is joyful. Everything is simply happy. Trees are happy for no reason. They are not going to become prime ministers or presidents. They are not ever going to become rich. But look at the flowers, said the poet. It is simply unbelievable how happy the flowers are and how beautiful. In the end, I am not despairing. I believe we will make it, not because we deserve to, not because we aren't selfish, not because we aren't bumbling, but because I believe that we are simply made to survive, in the words of the writer Thornton Wilder, by the skin of our teeth. And we will survive ultimately because we will understand, as Wordsworth said, our minds are nourished and invisibly repaired. I love that phrase, invisibly repaired. Something will enable us, he said, to mount when higher still, something that lifts us up when fallen. I have never needed these words more than I need them now. But these are words and ideas and metaphors and evocations of beauty that we may share far beyond the boundaries of this faith. And I believe we will. I believe that we will. There's one more verse in Kermit's song. When green is all there is to be, it could make you wonder why, but why wonder? Why wonder? I'm green and it'll do fine. It's beautiful. And I think it's what I want to be. When green is all there is to be. That's what's left to us. There's no more choices. As I said at the beginning of the service, there's no planet B. There's an old saying, an old Jewish story. And God saw everything and found it very good and said, this is a beautiful world that I've given you. Take good care of it. Do not ruin it. It is said before the world was created that the Holy One kept creating worlds, one after another, and then just destroying them. Finally, Yahweh made this one world and was satisfied and said to the creature standing before him in the garden, this is the last world I will ever make, and I place it in your hands. Hold it in trust. When green is all there is to be. That is the clarion call. That's the prime directive. That's the prayer that helps us know who we are, where we are, and whose we are. Hildegard said, I am led by the Spirit to feed the purest stream. I am the rain coming from the dew that causes the grasses to laugh with the joy of life. I am the yearning for good, but let it be more than yearning. Let us also earn it. And let us be able to say, in our lifetime, our children's, our grandchildren's, that we shared in the blessing. It is good. It is good. Amen. Probably my very favorite hymn, For the Earth Forever Turning, 163. Please rise as you are willing and able.
And now, as we extinguish the flame, I invite you to read with me the words printed in your order of service for extinguishing this chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
I invite you to stay and appreciate always our postlude. Liz would like this piped into our home every morning for the great getting up for Stephen. Thank you, Bill. Now, for peace, which passes all understanding, keep your hearts and minds in the knowledge of love, and may this peace be yours in the week to come, in this Earth Day, tomorrow morning. Every day, may it be our blessed home. Amen.
you, Bill. Always make my Sunday better.